Good morning, America is a registered trademark of the Walt Disney Corporation, all rights reserved, and I probably shouldn't say that at 7 o'clock in the morning. I don't want to get sued. How you doing? Good to see you. Happy Wednesday, 15th day of July 2020, right smack dab in the middle of the week, or right smack dab in the middle of the month, and we just seem to be flying right by. I don't... Everything changed in March, and the days kind of started to blur together. Things are kind of getting back to normal in some respects. Certainly, we're better off now as far as doing things than we were in March and April, but got some pretty sobering COVID-19 statistics for us here in north central Washington when we get to the news here in just a couple of minutes. Another summer day heading our way. Getting a little worried about the wind. There's going to be a weak Pacific front that's going to come in overnight tonight. Going to start making things a little breezy tonight, a little windy on Thursday, dies out Thursday night, cools us down a little bit too on Friday, and then we start warming up to some big time heat, especially next week. The extended forecast looks to be downright hot. Details are coming up. Sports, we got sports to get to. They started informal workouts at Eastmont High School on Monday, trying to get back into the swing of things. I know it's not easy, but they're trying. Also, we'll have a little update on the Mariners to get to as well. We have the obscure holiday. Mike McNally's got an opinion, some celebrity birthdays, and today in history. Beautiful morning, 66 degrees. I woke up at about 11:30 last night for reasons unknown, and I stepped outside and it was 72 degrees. So we got those warm summer nights coming our way too. I'm digging that. Let's take our tour, see what we got going on today around the Wenatchee Valley. It looks like the cross camera is pulled back about as far as we can pull it back. Beautiful blue sky. Mighty Columbia is looking good. A nice view of the East Wenatchee bench there to your right. Wenatchee proper to your left. Sunny Slope off into the distance. You can still see the little burn scar there on the far left from the Sunset Fire. Burned about 140 acres. We had a chance to talk to Brian Brett yesterday, Chelan County Fire Chief District 1, and we're going to give him a little love and talk about how they tackled that fire that broke out on Monday. Could have been worse, but it wasn't. Thank goodness it wasn't windy on Monday. It could have really gotten bad indeed. Beautiful view of the Wenatchee Valley from our cross camera. Camera 2, where are we off to? Tumwater, Megan? Hello, Leavenworth. How you doing? It's good to see you. Looks like there's a few high clouds off to the northeast of us. Outside of that, it's a beautiful morning up in the Bavarian village of Leavenworth. That camera's not actually in the Tumwater Canyon. It would make no sense. There'd be nothing to see. It's on a ridge about, I don't know, about 200-300 yards before you actually enter into the Tumwater Canyon. I have no idea how they actually get to that camera, into that Sky-Fi site. I don't want to know. It's probably a hairy trip indeed. Beautiful view from our friends up in Leavenworth. All of these, of course, courtesy of Sky-Fi. Camera 3. Again, Megan gets to decide, and I have to guess. Oh, she threads. Oh, wait a minute. I think I know this one. Is this the Upper Butte? That's Billy Goat? Where did you... Wow. That's a good one. Normally, Billy Goat, we have it pointed almost directly up the Columbia River towards Brewster and Bridgeport with Pateros in the view, but she moved it, I'm guessing, to the east. So we're looking at the high plains there, up above the Omak Okanagan area. That's a cool one. I had no idea, Billy, because we usually have the Billy Goat camera not pointed in that direction. Good stuff, Megan. Through that surprised me. And did we have one more camera? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We're fine. We're good to go. But we do have another camera. Okay, let's go take a look at that. Let's see. Hose Landing. Hey, we should make this a quiz. I think I'll do an entire show. We'll use every camera that we have, all 50 of them, and I'll just guess what they are. See if I can get about half of them right. That was Hose Landing, of course, looking out towards the Entiat area. 5 minutes after the hour. Let's take a look at the forecast. First things first, I've got a couple of slides to show for you. And again, elevated fire risk is certainly going to happen. Worried about the low relative humidity, strong winds. As this frontal passage comes our way. It's actually going to start coming our way overnight tonight. You'll notice the wind's picking up in intensity. It's going to be breezy on Thursday and Thursday night, and then it dies down on Friday. The big concern is probably going to be Thursday. So as that cold front comes in, it's going to bring us breezy winds. So we're looking at some rogue gusts in areas like the Waterville Plateau, even up in the Okanagan Valley and out in the Columbia Basin. You could have sustained winds around 20 miles an hour, but we're looking at gusts maybe at 30 miles an hour. So any kind of grass fire or sage or brush that could get going can make things a little dicey. It says Thursday and Friday afternoon and evening. I think most of it is really going to be concentrated tomorrow. I wouldn't be surprised if we got a red flag warning. It's certainly a possibility. The three things that have to happen is hot temperatures, windy conditions, and low relative humidity. If we get those three things together, we could have a red flag warning issued by the National Weather Service. And then here comes the heat. The Wenatchee graph is in the lower left-hand corner of your screen. As you can see, starting next week, it starts really building up on Sunday. We're going to be about 94, 95 on Sunday, and then near 100 on Monday, maybe a little bit cooler on Tuesday, but we're in for some serious heat as another ridge of high pressure begins to build up. And that's when we get high pressure this time of the year, of course, it gets hot, and it's going to get just plain hot for most of the Wenatchee Valley after our brief cool down, which is coming our way. So there you go. Thank you, by the way, to the National Weather Service for sending those. Patriot Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling gives your home a hug from the National Weather Service. Here comes your forecast. Sunny, 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 mostly sunny, 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 sunny. I like it. About 93 today. For the record, we hit 87 yesterday, which is exactly normal. Our normal high for July 14th is 87. Our low yesterday was 58, normally 61. We're already at 70 degrees right now outside of our studios. So lots of sunshine today, very little wind, just a nice light northwest wind to keep it cool if you're going to be outside, about 5 to 11 miles an hour. That weak Pacific cold front we're talking about starts coming in tonight. Going to start paying us a visit, 67 for the overnight low. Wind will be out of the west tonight, 5 to 13 miles an hour, and gusts above 20 at times tonight. Tomorrow, a little bit cooler. Again, it's all relative. It's a weak cold front, but it's still going to be plenty warm, 92. Story tomorrow is going to be the wind, a northwest wind about 5 to 10 miles an hour. In the afternoon, it'll pick up to about 15 miles an hour. Eventually, it will die down Thursday night with an overnight low of 64. But again, it's ushering in some cool air. So as you can see on Friday, we drop down a few degrees to 88, which is about normal, 61 for the overnight low on Friday night. Here comes the weekend. Saturday, sunshine, and about 91. Sunday, 95. Monday, 98. We can call that hot. 97 on Tuesday. So it's going to be very summer-like weather as we are deep into summer and deep into July. For the record, sunrise this morning, 5:20. Sunset tonight, 8:53. That means 15 hours and 33 minutes of daylight. I love summer. Of course, I like winter, fall, and spring, too. It's 8 minutes after the hour. We're going to take a break and get ready for a lot of news. It's only 1 minute away, so grab what you need and come right back and join us, and I'll fill your head full of the information you need to get your Wednesday going. The news is next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
Highlander Grill and Golf Course is known as one of the finest wedding venues in the Wenatchee area. You do not have to be a member to come to Highlander. Highlander Golf Course offers a first-class backdrop for your wedding day. Our friendly professional staff will ensure your wedding and reception is picture perfect, from every moment leading up to the I-dos to when the lights go down at the end of your reception. Hi, I'm Shalane, site coordinator for Highlander Grill. Give me a call to schedule your event today.
Contractors, furniture makers, and weekend do-it-yourselfers around north central Washington will tell you that Lombard's Hardwood Supply is the place to get what you need. Lombard's full millwork shop can handle jobs large or small. Lombard's has a full line of interior and exterior doors available, as well as custom barn doors. From alderwood to zebrawood and everything in between, it's Lombard's Hardwood Supply on School Street in Sunny Slope. Like us on Facebook and check out our monthly special.
Very mild, 70 degrees outside of our studios with lots of sunshine. We'll be lower 90s today, lower 90s on Thursday with some wind, slightly cooler Friday, and then we start warming up big time. Just in time for the weekend at 10 minutes after the hour. Here are your headlines. The number of COVID-19 cases detected in the Chelan-Douglas region topped 900 for the first time over the weekend. And yeah, we're on track to reach 1,000 cases by the end of the day today. The two-county health district reported a total of 994 cases as of Tuesday morning, including 97 cases discovered since Friday. Now, most new cases were concentrated in the Wenatchee Valley, Wenatchee and East Wenatchee, but 17 were patients from Kashmir. The district says 21 people are now hospitalized in Wenatchee with the virus. Hospital managers with Confluence Health have expressed concern over the rising number of coronavirus victims needing inpatient care. Spokesman Andrew Canning says of the 21 patients hospitalized, 9 require ventilators in order to breathe. A Mattawa man in his 50s who died at his home has been identified as Grant County's 8th fatality from COVID-19. The Grant County Health District said Monday that the man had underlying health conditions. The district said their investigation determined the man was not exposed at a workplace, but likely caught the virus somewhere in the community. Grant County reported 89 new positive tests for the virus between Saturday and Monday, including 57 on Sunday. There are 11 Grant County residents currently hospitalized with the virus. The COVID-19 pandemic continues its effects on governmental services, and that includes the Colville Confederated Tribes. They announced they're extending the shutdown of most tribal governmental services through September to help prevent the spread of the virus. The shutdown was originally due to end on Monday. The reservation has been closed to non-essential visitors since early spring. The Colville Reservation covers 1.4 million acres of eastern Washington and has about 9,500 enrolled members. To the courts we go. A Wenatchee domestic violence offender was sentenced Monday to 4 years in prison for assault and when he threatened both his former partner and their minor children with a knife. Alex Mitchell Ruiz, 31 years old, pled guilty last week to second-degree assault, witness tampering, and felony harassment. Back in March, Ruiz forced open his partner's door, shut the children in a bedroom, and held her captive at knife point for up to 45 minutes while making violent threats. The woman was able to flee to a neighbor's home and call police. Chelan County Judge Leslie Allen also ordered Ruiz to have no contact with his victims for 10 years. Also, a Wenatchee man sentenced to 20 days in jail is one of the last members of a Wenatchee Valley gambling ring brought to justice. Sergio Pena Hernandez Sr. pled guilty Monday to 2 counts of second-degree professional gambling. He admitted his part in a ring that operated out of several businesses in Wenatchee, Kashmir, and Quincy, and laundered an estimated $364,000 in illegal betting proceeds from 2013 to 2017. The ringleader, Jose Guadalupe Torres of East Wenatchee, was sentenced in March to 6 months in jail. 3 other people also have entered pleas in this case, which came to light in 2018. The group gave odds and paid out winnings on international soccer matches. We had a chance yesterday to visit with Chelan County Fire District 1 Chief Brian Brett about that 175-acre Sunset Fire that burned Monday in the foothills of Wenatchee, just northwest of town. And he told us as many as 260 structures could have been at risk, but 45 local firefighters and 60 from outside agencies meant no homes were lost and no one was harmed.
The long history we have of fires devastating that landscape out there in Sunny Slope has us err on the side of aggression always, and the values at risk. We have hundreds of homes there that are at risk. So our response to this as soon as it came in was to leverage our amazing partnership with the Southeast region of the DNR. We contacted their duty officer right away while we're still driving, explain the situation, what's going on. They have access to our dispatch. We made an initial request for air resources while en route. Our primary plan was to hook this and contain it. Brief window of opportunity to do that. We were unsuccessful in that. We had to pull back, regroup, and that is when we started calling for second and third alarm resources. The Wenatchee area has one of the most challenging topography and fuels and structures to fight these urban interface fires in. And we're just super grateful yesterday's winds were calm. It allowed us to be direct on our attack, and everything went really smoothly for us. We have to live with wildfire in our communities. The orchard green belts protecting us here are gone. We have built right into the fuels. The only way we can sustain this or to protect ourselves is to be proactive in hardening our homes with how we build them, buffering with landscapes, leveraging the DNR's landscape program. We have a community wildfire liaison. We're super proactive and aggressive about trying to get people to build this defensible space. It gives us the best chance to protect their homes. Again, here we are. We have 2.5 months to go through summer. It's drier and drier by the day out there. We have winds that are common to us. We're high risk. The only thing missing is an ignition source, and we can't stop the natural ignition sources when the weather systems move in. We just ask people to be super careful, take time to clean out your gutters, take care of that 5-foot home ignition zone around your house. Help us help you, and we'll make it through this summer.
In-river work begins today on the $22.5 million West Kashmir Bridge replacement project. Workers are going to be installing temporary pilings in the Wenatchee River to support a work platform as the almost 100-year-old bridge continues to be dismantled and work begins on its replacement. The river will remain open for recreationists, but signs have been posted advising rafters, tubers, kayakers, and others to stay to the right when passing the work zone. The Chelan County Public Works Department says in-river work will continue until the last day of September. It resume next summer. During the same time frame, the new bridge, the largest public works project in Chelan County history, is expected to be completed late next year. And finally, the state says a bobcat used its I-90 wildlife crossing for the first time. Here's video. You can see it from the Washington State Department of Transportation camera. This was last Friday. There it is, the bobcat casually crossing the interstate east of I-90, Snoqualmie Pass. The first animal seen on camera using the overcrossing was a coyote. That was back in 2018 when the structure was still under construction. Since then, there have been numerous deer, elk, and other wildlife shown using the crossing. Now a bobcat. I suppose Sasquatch is next. Keep a close eye on that. 18 minutes after the hour, that's a look at what's making headlines. We'll take another review of the news in the back half of this program. In the meantime, Grant and Eric and Jefferson and Cal and the whole crew will be whipping out another newscast for you. You can watch it tonight on this very TV station at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock, or you can watch it on your smart device right around 5 o'clock. We'll have it up and running on our website and on our YouTube page with the links on our Facebook page with a preview of some of the stories that we're working on. Here's Grant.
Good morning, David. Up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, Eastmont School District Superintendent Garn Christensen says the district is working with the Chelan Douglas Health District and state in preparing for the return of classroom instruction this fall. I'll have your very summer-like North Central Washington weather forecast, and Eric Granstrom will be here too with a look at all the day's sports. That and more coming up tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. We hope you'll join us then. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. I always make a point to watch the news every night. I like to be informed. We hope you do too. At the bottom of your screen are all the different ways you can get a hold of us. And wouldn't you know it, it's pretty much related to the internet, which is going to be a big thing. I'm on record on that. Watch out for this World Wide Web. It's going to be big. You can email us, news@ncwlife.com. News@ncwlife.com is our email address. Go to our Facebook page, drop us a note via Facebook Messenger, or you can contact us by using our website. Our homepage is ncwlife.com, and click on the Contact Us icon, and it's pretty self-explanatory. Going to take a break. When we come back, sports, the obscure holiday, today in history, some celebrity birthdays, and everybody is entitled to Mike Magnotti's opinion. It's all coming up. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Is search engine optimization right for my business? Maybe. Studies show the first and second search results get 50% of all the clicks. But you have to fight national chains to get there. If the user has to scroll down to find you, tough luck. You could hide a dead body on page 2 and the whole zombie apocalypse on page 3. Or you could spend less and get an ad in the Impact Big Print phone book, giving local businesses a chance to shine.
Impact Directories. Bigger print, better book. If you're looking for a special evening on a Friday night, come to Siren Song Winery and Restaurant on the south shore of Lake Chelan. You'll enjoy dinner, live music, and a view of Lake Chelan all summer long during our Friday night concert series. We offer guests dinner and a show featuring a fantastic lineup of national artists and a special dinner menu paired with Siren Song wines. Space is limited and reservations required. For a list of artists and to reserve your spot for Music Under the Stars, visit SirenSongWines.com.
Hey, we have returned on this Wednesday morning edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I am Dan Kuntz. Let's talk about sports. For the first time since March, Eastmont High School held sports activities for student athletes on Monday. The athletic director for the Eastmont School District is Russ Waterman, and he said even though it was just a socially distanced workout, it was great to see the kids again.
The greatest thing that gave me goosebumps all day was seeing our kids back on campus a little bit and doing a limited workout. Just that interaction with each other, getting to have that social contact, not physical, but being around their teammates and doing some stuff we did. We started with soccer at 7:30 in the morning. They were out there for about 45 minutes to an hour. We started our weight room and conditioning program with a lot of safety protocols in place that I'll talk about. At 8, volleyball came in, cheer came in, boys basketball came in last night. Today, cross country is going to go do a run over at Hydro with social distancing, and girls basketball is going to just do some skill things tonight. So that was exciting just to see the kids back. It felt right. You just don't know how much you miss it till it's not there, and it just felt right.
Now, despite Douglas County being only at a modified phase 1 of the state's restart program, Eastmont did get the go-ahead from local and state health officials to begin summer sports programs with strict protocols.
The difference is the right word. It's just different. You know, we've got so many guidelines and protocols that are in place that were put forward by the WIAA. Those are also mirroring those from OSPI. You know, we do a screen check on the athletes when they arrive. We do a temperature. We ask them the questions of exposure, or do you have these kind of things like a new loss of sense of taste and smell? Do you have a cough? Do you feel like feverish? Do you feel chills? Do you feel nausea? Have you been around somebody that's suffering from COVID or cared for somebody? So we do that screening check, and then we keep them social distant, even in their pods. So I'll take the conditioning portion of it. We do 4 pods of 4. We have 2 coaches working, one inside, one outside. And then so those group of 4, they work together within a social distance parameters of 6 feet. They're doing conditioning. When they're not working out, they have a mask on. So we're working on staying with the mask order that the governor's asked for. In the weight room, there's 15 to 20 feet between workout racks. When session 1 goes, we change racks. We have enough racks in our weight room that we could change racks. So no racks used twice consecutively. The other ones are then cleaned.
Now, the only other school that is doing return to play this week is Cashmere High School. Wenatchee High School has decided not to return for summer workouts until Chelan County enters phase 2 of the state's restart program. The Pac-12 has followed the lead of the Big Ten, and, well, they're going to reduce fall sports schedules to just conference games. The announcement came, of course, last Friday. The 12-school conference with the universities in Washington, Oregon, California, Arizona, Utah, and Colorado said football, men's and women's soccer, and women's volleyball will play conference-only schedules. The Pac-12 also delayed the start of mandatory athletic activities, which would have been this week for the University of Washington football program. What does it mean? Well, for Washington State, it means the cancellation of 3 games in September, including home games against Houston and Idaho. Out on the Montlake Cut, the shaping of the non-conference schedule takes 3 September home games away from the Huskies, including that big one, what was supposed to be their home opener, September 5th against Michigan. Despite the power show of a couple of home runs in Monday's inter-squad Mariners scrimmage, Seattle's taking the slow approach with Jared Kelnick. Manager Scott Service says they want to be smart with the young talent. They don't want to rush him through development.
We need to be smart here. Certainly, Jared's got tremendous talent. There's no question he's going to be fun to watch in a Mariner uniform for a long time. But oftentimes you see players that do get rushed through a little bit, and it can really take a step backwards. And we don't want to do that with Jared. We want to make sure the time is right for him and for us. it and then go forward and never have to look back again. So oftentimes you see players sometimes just get rushed into the big leagues and then they struggle and you got to send them back down and the back and forth train goes on. We don't want to do that. So again, we'll just wait and see how it plays out. Been very impressive, everything he's done, really since we acquired him. It's one of the reasons we did acquire him. We knew he had that kind of talent. So it's fun to watch it mature and watch it grow, and just look forward to watching him play every day.
Now, the plan was to have Kellenick start in Double-A ball and then work his way through Tacoma, then maybe eventually joining the big club. Now, of course, the pandemic's closure of the minor league system has changed that approach. There's no minor league baseball to be played this summer, but Seattle management still wants to proceed cautiously. Of course, Seattle starts the regular season next Friday with 4 games in Houston against the defending American League champion Houston Astros. And those are just some of the games that people are playing at 26 minutes after the hour. I had 3 obscure holidays to choose from, but this one was a no-brainer. Today is National Tapioca Pudding Day. Today is National Give Something Away Day. But no, today is National Hot Dog Day. National Hot Dog Day. Did a lot of research, figured out when and where the hot dog was invented. Nobody seems to know. They think it somewhere in the 1200, in the 13th century in Germany, brought to the United States by German immigrants in the 19th century. It's believed that as early as the 1860s, there were hot dog vendors on the streets of Manhattan selling hot dogs in buns. Hot dogs really got going in the Midwest in St. Louis, Missouri. That was a street vendor who was just making bundles of cash selling hot dogs and buns. And in 1893, the owner of the St. Louis Browns said, hey, baseball and hot dogs go pretty good together. He owned a baseball club and he owned an amusement park, and he started selling hot dogs at both locations. Couldn't keep them in stock. People just loved them. And then they were introduced at the Columbia Exposition in Chicago later on that same year. They became an instant hit, and the hot dog has been with us ever since. There are a lot of different hot dogs. There are turkey dogs and beef dogs and bologna dogs. The New York dog, the Chicago dog, the Fenway Frank, the Dodger dog, the Coney Island dog, the Rocky dog, the Texas dog. There's even a Seattle cream cheese hot dog, among many, many others. Got some fun facts about hot dogs. 9 billion hot dogs are sold every year in this country. Americans eat on a typical Independence Day, a typical July 4th. Americans eat 155 million hot dogs on that day alone. That's a lot of hot dogs. For the summer season, from basically Memorial Day to Labor Day, 7 billion hot dogs are consumed in the U.S. It's a summertime staple. So of the 9 billion hot dogs that are eaten every year by Americans, 7 billion of those are eaten in the summertime. 26 million hot dogs a year are eaten at U.S. baseball games, not this year anyway. In the year 2014, 7-Eleven sold over 60 million hot dogs. Last year, 7-Eleven sold 110 million hot dogs. I've had a 7-Eleven hot dog. Not sure what the deal is there. The most popular condiment on hot dogs is mustard. Ketchup is number 2. You don't put ketchup on a hot dog. Now, I know some people do. Some people enjoy it. Mike Magnotti has an opinion when he talks about you never, ever, ever put pineapple on a pizza. Well, I feel the same way about ketchup on a hot dog. You just don't do it. Chili, by the way, came in 3rd as the most popular condiment. I'm a mustard guy. Mustard, onions, a little bit of kraut. So grill it up, microwave it up, whatever you want to do. Have yourself a hot dog or 2 today. It is National Hot Dog Day. See? Mustard. Mustard. Megan says ketchup. Megan is wrong. Let's do birthdays at 29 minutes after the hour. Happy birthday to Rembrandt. Oh, today in history. Maybe I should. Oh, I did put this in the wrong order. Thanks, Megan. Mustard. Mustard. Georgia came back into the Union 150 years ago today. Of course, they said we're out of here back in 1861. July 15th, 1870, Georgia became the last of the former Confederate states to be readmitted to the Union. It took a long time. Part of the deal is to come back into the Union, you had to pass the 14th and 15th Amendment. Well, Georgia passed the 14th Amendment, no problem there. They didn't pass the 15th Amendment. In fact, when it came for ratification, Georgia said, nope, ain't gonna do it. So the U.S. Congress said, well, there's widespread election fraud in Georgia, and so they barred Georgia's duly elected representatives from taking their seats in Congress. Because of this, they reimposed military rule in Georgia, and the General Assembly in Georgia was purged of all the former Confederates, and all of the people who lost election were appointed in their place, which is something you really aren't supposed to do. And the people who replaced the people who didn't want to pass the 15th Amendment passed the 15th Amendment. Georgia came in, the military pulled out. Georgia was readmitted 5 years after the end of the Civil War. Welcome back, Georgia. Better late than never. Happy birthday to Boeing. It's a strange name for an airplane. Boeing, July 15th, 1916. It was known originally as the Pacific Aero Products Corporation. Bill Boeing and George Westerfelt put it together. They filed their incorporation papers on this date 104 years ago today. If you go by simply dollar value, which is how most people do things, Boeing is the largest exporter in this country by sheer dollar value, because planes are expensive. Last year, by the way, Boeing made $10 billion. That's net income after all expenses. They walked home with $10 billion in the bank. Not bad. Happy birthday to T-Mobile Park, back then, Safeco Field, July 15th, 1999, 21 years ago today. Does that mean T-Mobile can drink legally now? 21 years ago today, for the first time in the history of the franchise, the Mariners played a home game outdoors under the open, retractable roof. It was Safeco Field at the time. It cost $517 million to throw out the ceremonial first pitch at the first game ever played at Seattle's new ballpark, Dave Niehaus.
The fans that have shown up here at Safeco Field, and who else to throw out the first pitch at Safeco Field? A guy that has been here since the very, very beginning, has seen more games than anyone else in the Northwest. And of course, it's my partner, Dave Niehaus. And Dave, I'll tell you what, congratulations, partner, because that's quite an honor. And I think it had you pretty well tied up.
It did. It did.
When did you know that you were going to throw out the first pitch?
When Chuck Armstrong handed me the ball, and look at Speaker Foley. You know, if he had better hands, he should have caught it.
What do you think? Did we get our $517 million worth, fellow taxpayers? It's a great ballpark, great place to watch a ballpark. By the way, it was a great game. It was a great game until the top of the ninth inning when Jose Mesa, our closer, came in. We had the lead in the ninth inning against the Padres, and he walked 4 Padres in the top of the ninth inning. The Mariners lost 3-2. Oh, well. And finally, happy birthday, Twitter. Twitter is 14 years old today, July 15, 2006. Twitter is launched. It is the, well, not the largest social media platform in the world. It's one of the largest social media platforms in the world. The 10 Twitter accounts with the most followers as of yesterday. Number 10, Ariana Grande. Number 9, Ellen DeGeneres. Number 8, Lady Gaga. Number 7, Donald Trump. Number 6, Cristiano Ronaldo. I think he's a soccer player. Number 7, Taylor Swift, who does not play soccer. Number 4, Rihanna. Number 3, Katy Perry, a heavily pregnant Katy Perry. Number 2 on the most followers, Justin Bieber. Number 1, Barack Obama. There you go. Happy birthday, Twitter. I do not have a Twitter handle. I've never tweeted. Now we can do birthdays. Did I mention it's Rembrandt's birthday? There's Rembrandt, the Dutch painter. Also etching. He made etching cool. Etching wasn't cool. He made etching cool, but mostly known as a painter. He was born in 1606, lived a long time for the 17th century. He died at the age of 63 in 1669. Rembrandt is best known for painting himself. A lot of self-portraits of Rembrandt. The guy had a healthy ego, but he was also a very good teacher. One of the reasons he became such a legend in the world of art is that he was more than welcome and more than happy to teach his style to other artists. Rembrandt, one of the best painters ever, born in the state in 1606. We miss Alex Karras, the great football player. actor as well, born in the state in 1935, passed away of all kinds of illnesses, football-related illnesses, 8 years ago at the age of 77. He was an All-American defensive tackle, two-time All-American defensive tackle at the University of Iowa, was eventually inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame. He was a 4-time Pro Bowler with the Detroit Lions, eventually inducted into the National Football League Hall of Fame. He, of course, had his own TV show with Emmanuel Lewis called Webster, and he was Mungo on Blazing Saddles. Celebrate Alex Karras' birthday today by punching out a horse. We miss Alex. The most successful female singer of the 1970s is 74 years old today. One of the most unbelievable voices anywhere. That was the biggest problem with Linda Ronstadt. She had this incredible voice and nobody knew what to do with it. She had a few hits. Heart Like a Wheel is one of the best albums of the 70s. You should have it. If you don't, get yourself a copy. She was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2014. Of course, she's done performing. Her last live concert was 11 years ago. She was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease in 2011, and she can't sing anymore. But we love Linda Ronstadt, 74 years old today. And as you well know, I love Japanese sumo wrestling. It's one of my hobbies. I'm into it in a big way. And of course, we want to wish a happy 28th birthday to Hokuto Fuju Dakai, who is 28 years old today. The great Japanese sumo wrestler. Probably eats a few hot dogs, too. 37 minutes after the hour. Mike Magnotti's got an opinion. I'm shocked to hear about that. It's coming up next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Hi, my name is Manuel Navarro, Chief Operating Officer at Columbia Valley Community Health. Patient safety is our top priority, including providing care that just can't wait. With enhanced safety precautions, we want to ensure you that we're able to continue providing safe and efficient in-person care at our clinic. From in-car check-in, ongoing screening, immediate rooming, your family can get the safe care that they deserve here at Columbia Valley Community Health.
Hey folks, Carrie from Blueberry Hills in Manson, where we've got huge news. We've started our Blueberry U-Pick. It's a great time to toss the family in the car and get on out to Blueberry Hills, where you can get the best down-home scratch country cooking around and pick some of the world's most delicious and largest blueberries that have been high desert farmed. This makes for an intense blueberry flavor, and they are so much fun to pick. Our fields are open 8 to 2:30 daily and restaurant from 8 to 3, so come on out and join us.
Green Motion e-bikes have rolled into Wenatchee. We've got fun, affordable e-bikes for the whole family. Portable e-bikes that fit right in the trunk of your car. Fat tire mountain bikes plus unique vintage style bikes you won't find anywhere else. Get some exercise with pedal assist or just cruise up to 20 miles per hour with the throttle. Starting under $1,000, Green Motion e-bikes are affordable fun for the whole family. Green Motion e-bikes is located right downtown on the corner of Palouse and Wenatchee Avenue.
JDSA Law is a proud sponsor of these local sports broadcasts. They've been serving North Central and Eastern Washington since 1946. For over 70 years, their team of dedicated professionals has delivered quality, innovative legal services. JDSA Law partners with you to provide the finest legal advice and support as you navigate your personal and business challenges, risks, and accomplishments. At JDSA Law, they salute our local athletes and wish them well on another excellent season of competition.
No calories, no sweeteners, all smiles. Bubbly sparkling water. Crack a smile.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog McNally, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, the hypocrisy of the Democrats regarding the accusation of sexual abuse leveled against Joe Biden is pretty disturbing. Now, not only because they're not doing anything about it, but because of their display of one of the diabolical dynamics of sexual assault. It's this. If the person being accused is someone you care about as a family member or a political candidate who you like, you're much less likely to properly consider the legitimacy of the accusations. The Democrats didn't want Kavanaugh named to the Supreme Court, so they made a big stink about him. Oh, rightfully so, I think. They want Joe Biden elected, so they're not doing the same thing now. And people tell me that we shouldn't make these things political. This is Mike Mad Dog McNutty, and that's my opinion.
Don't worry, all the fun is around the corner. There's no better time to get ready than now with Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa sale. Stock Up and Save sale is now going on in-store and online at bluelagoonpoolandspa.com. Even pool heaters are on sale. Financing available upon approval. Credit 24-month, no interest with equal payments. Stop by today or order online at bluelagoonpoolandspa.com. Free water testing available in-store or curbside. Don't wait. The sale is going on now.
As you all know, our community is suffering under the weight of this global pandemic.
We are collaborating with regional healthcare providers and community leaders to collect accurate information on the number of COVID-19 infections in our region in order to meet the requirements for reopening.
To collect this information, we need community members to volunteer to be tested for COVID-19.
Data from these tests are vital to getting our region's businesses open again and helping us manage future spikes in infection, protecting our community members while also keeping the economy open.
Testing is voluntary and results are completely confidential. Look for more information about this testing in your mailbox.
We value your individual health and the health of our communities. Thank you for doing your part to keep us healthy and resilient.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
We have returned at 43 minutes after the hour. Very mild morning, 71 degrees already outside of our studios. Our forecast high today in the lower 90s. I think we'll probably get there. We had 87 yesterday, exactly normal. And then we're going to have a little bit of a wind issue tonight, Thursday and Thursday night before we calm down and start warming up over the weekend. I got the complete forecast details coming your way one more time, but we wanted to recap the morning headlines. We begin with COVID-19. The number of cases detected in our area, Chelan and Douglas, topped 900 for the first time over the weekend. They're on track to reach 1,000 cases by the end of the day today. The two-county health district reported a total of 994 cases of COVID-19 as of Tuesday morning, including 97 cases discovered since Friday. Most new cases were concentrated in Wenatchee and East Wenatchee, but 17 were patients from Kashmir. The district says 21 people are now hospitalized in Wenatchee with the virus. Now, hospital managers with Confluence Health have expressed concern over the rising number of coronavirus victims needing inpatient care. Spokesman Andrew Canning says of the 21 patients in the hospital now, 9 are requiring ventilators to breathe. A Mattawa man in his 50s who died at his home has been identified as Grant County's 8th fatality from COVID-19. The Grant County Health District said Monday that the man had underlying health conditions. The district said their investigation determined the man was not exposed at a workplace, but likely caught the virus in the community. Grant County reported 89 new positive tests for the virus between Sunday and Monday, including 57. On Sunday, there are 11 Grant County residents currently hospitalized with the virus. The COVID-19 pandemic continues its effect on governmental services, and that includes the Colville Confederated Tribes, who announced that they're going to extend the shutdown of most tribal governmental services through September to help prevent the spread of the virus. The shutdown was originally due to end on Monday. The reservation has been closed to non-essential visitors since early spring. The Colville Reservation covers 1.4 million acres of eastern Washington, has about 9,500 enrolled members. A couple of court items to get to. A Wenatchee domestic violence offender was sentenced Monday to 4 years in prison for an assault in which he threatened both his former partner and their minor children with a knife. Alex Mitchell Ruiz, 31 years old, pled guilty last week to second-degree assault, witness tampering, and felony harassment. Back in March, Ruiz forced open his partner's door, shut the children in a bedroom, and held her captive at knife point for up to 45 minutes while making violent threats. The woman was able to flee to a neighbor's home, call police. Chelan County Judge Leslie Allen also ordered Ruiz to have no contact with his victims for 10 years. Also, a Wenatchee man was sentenced to 20 days in jail. He's one of the last members of the Wenatchee Valley gambling ring, finally brought to justice. Sergio Pena Hernandez Sr. pled guilty Monday to 2 counts of second-degree professional gambling. He admitted his part in a ring that operated out of several businesses in Wenatchee, Cashmere, and Quincy, laundering an estimated $364,000 in illegal betting proceeds from 2013 to 2017. The ringleader, Jose Guadalupe Torres of East Wenatchee, was sentenced in March to 6 months in jail. 3 other people have also entered pleas in the case. This case came to light in 2018. The group gave odds and paid out winnings on international soccer matches. We had a chance to visit with Chelan County Fire District 1 Chief Brian Brett about the 175-acre Sunset Fire that burned Monday in the foothills of Wenatchee, just northwest of town. And he told us as many as 260 structures could have been at risk, but 45 local firefighters and 60 from outside agencies meant no homes were lost and nobody was harmed.
The long history we have of fires devastating that landscape out there in Sunny Slope has us err on the side of aggression always, and the values at risk. We have hundreds of homes there that are at risk. So our response to this as soon as it came in was to leverage our amazing partnership with the southeast region of the DNR. We contacted their duty officer right away while we're still driving, explain the situation, what's going on. They have access to our dispatch. We made an initial request for air resources while en route. Our primary plan was to hook this and contain it. Brief window of opportunity to do that. We were unsuccessful in that. We had to pull back, regroup, and that is when we started calling for second and third alarm resources. The Wenatchee area has one of the most challenging topography and fuels and structures to fight these urban interface fires in. And we're just super grateful yesterday's winds were calm. It allowed us to be direct on our attack, and everything went really smoothly for us. We have to live with wildfire in our communities. The orchard green belts protecting us here are gone. We have built right into the fuels. The only way we can sustain this or to protect ourselves is to be proactive in hardening our homes with how we build them, buffering with landscapes, leveraging the DNR's landscape program. We have a community wildfire liaison. We're super proactive and aggressive about trying to get people to build this defensible space. It gives us the best chance to protect their homes. Again, here we are. We have 2.5 months to go through summer. It's drier and drier by the day out there. We have winds, they're common to us. We're high risk. The only thing missing is an ignition source, and we can't stop the natural ignition sources when the weather systems move in. We just ask people to be super careful, take time to clean out your gutters, take care of that 5-foot home ignition zone around your house. Help us help you, and we'll make it through this summer.
Dodged a bullet there. Can you imagine what it would have been like if it was windy on Monday afternoon? It wasn't, and we got through it. Finally this morning, in-river work begins today on the $22.5 million West Kashmir Bridge replacement project. So what's going to happen is workers are going to be installing temporary pilings in the Wenatchee River to support a work platform as the almost 100-year-old bridge continues to be dismantled and work begins on its replacement. Check out this time-lapse video. Isn't that cool? The river now is going to remain open for recreationists, but they've got signs out. They've been posted, so they want rafters, tubers, kayakers, and others to stay to the right when passing the work zone. The Chelan County Public Works Department says in-river work will continue until September 30th and will resume next summer during the same time frame. The new bridge is the largest public works project in the history of Chelan County. It's expected to be completed late next year, and that's what's making news at 51 minutes after the hour. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, one more tour around the valley and an in-depth look at your weather forecast. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
I'm Jenny Rojanasatian, and this is Guada TV. Every week we will be bringing you a first look at North Central Washington business, tech, and education news. You'll hear from local influencers and innovators who live right here in the Valley. Together, we'll discuss hot topics, current events, and resources that can support your business, our schools, and this community. Join me every week, and let's get inspired.
How much are you paying for adult, family, or assisted living? Epladolin Retirement and Assisted Living offers one-bedroom apartments for one affordable price. Their rates are all-inclusive. No nickel or diming or sudden increases, just one set price. You or your loved one will receive good food and excellent care in a relaxed, home-like environment. Stop on by for a tour to see if the Epladolin family is the right choice for you.
Family-owned and operated Epladolin Retirement and Assisted Living in Kashmir. Affordable care.
This is Caitlin Hedersheet, the producer of the NCW Life magazine. Each week, I'm bringing you a look behind the scenes of the faces, places, and events that make North Central Washington the place we call home. Tune in every weekday for an in-depth look at a new topic each week. From local artists in their studios to businesses breaking barriers that might surprise you and everything in between. Join me on the NCW Life magazine right here on the NCW Life channel.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We will do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
And we are back on this July 15th, National Hot Dog Day with mustard. Let's take one more tour around North Central Washington now the sun is up and has been up since 5:20. I sure like it when the sun comes up because that means, well, we have another day. coming our way. Just a beautiful view of the Wenatchee Valley. I finished the book I was talking about. I read a book on the history of the Columbia River from its very origins and its beginnings to the present day, and the dams and the reservoirs. And that's pretty much what the Columbia River is now. It's basically a series of reservoirs. But boy, it was another story altogether before the dams came, how crazy that river used to be. Almost impossible to get through on a number of locations. Beautiful view of the Wenatchee Valley, just stunning. Beautiful blue skies, gotta love it. That's a 4K camera, by the way. Cost us $4,000, I think that's what that means. Camera number 2, if it's the same tour, I think we're off to, oh, she moved the cameras on me. Is that the Tumwater? It's the Tumwater, but she moved the camera. Megan's getting clever. So I don't know what direction she moved that to. Maybe to the west? To the left. She moved it to the left. Okay, so there you go. So she actually moved it to the south. That's the Tumwater Canyon camera up in beautiful Leavenworth, Washington, looking at the foothills of the Cascades. Camera number 3, if I remember correctly, that's the Billy Goat camera with a whole depth. That's a cool little outcropping there. Later on today, I'm going to climb all the way up to the very top of Billy Goat, and I'm going to take a can of spray paint. I'm going to go out in that rock outcropping and paint my high school year on it. Start a new tradition. Just do it up in Okanagan County, even though I graduated from Wenatchee High. Great view from Billy Goat. That was a nice little touch there, Megan, by the way. Mustard on the hot dog, no ketchup. And camera number 4, I believe, is Hose Landing. Move to another location. That is Hose Landing, right? Oh, yeah, okay. So good morning to our friends in beautiful Entiat, the gateway to recreation, which is a lot better than their original slogan that Entiat had for years, which was stop here and go to the bathroom on your way to Lake Chelan. The gateway to recreation, I think, is much better. All right, that's our tour around North Central Washington. Do we have those slides, Megan? Let's throw them up there. First of all, yeah, we talked about this yesterday. We talked about it on Monday. It's looking more and more clear that it's going to get pretty breezy tonight, Thursday, and Thursday night. Not so much Friday. It's a weak Pacific cold front. So remember last Saturday how windy it was and how everybody was keeping their fingers crossed? And we had the fire that broke out up in the Mansfield area. Not going to be as windy, not going to be quite as dry as far as the relative humidity is concerned. So we may be able to get through this period of elevated fire risk okay, because there's really no crazy stuff in the atmosphere. It's going to be breezy, but not really windy. And we're not going to have any lightning or anything like that. So we could dodge a bullet, but still, it's going to be windy in the League of the Cascades and the Waterville Plateau, up in the Okanagan Valley and out of the Columbia Basin. So we'll keep a close eye on that. Of course, the grasses are bone dry and they keep getting drier and drier. So any kind of grass fire could really take off. And we're going to keep a very close eye on that. And then here comes the heat. Gonna get warm. Really starts in earnest, whoever Ernest is, on Sunday when we get to the mid-90s. Then we'll be in the upper 90s to near 100 on Monday and Tuesday. So we have the high-pressure ridge. We're going to have it for one more day. It's sliding away from us. It's heading off into Idaho, as a matter of fact. And that's what's going to give us the clear and warm temperatures today and Thursday. The cool temperatures come in with the cold front that's coming in. Again, it's a weak cold front, but it's enough to cool us down to the 80s on Friday. And then we start the process 90 to 94 to 98 to 97. So Wenatchee's in the lower left-hand corner of your screen. Get ready for some heat coming our way. Hey, it's summertime. Haven't had a long stretch of really hot weather yet, which I think most people like. All right, from the National Weather Service, let's take a look at it in details. Again, sunshine today, high of 93. We had 87 yesterday. Since we're already at 71, we're on our way to 93 for sure. Northwest wind about 5 to 11 miles an hour. Clear tonight, 67 for the overnight low. Later on tonight, in about 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning, this is when this cold front's going to come through. So the winds will be picking up tonight. Thursday, not just a little bit cooler, 92 as opposed to 93. Northwest wind in the morning about 10 miles an hour, up to 20 miles an hour by Thursday afternoon. It will decrease and die down to almost nothing Thursday night. It's going to usher in a little bit of cool air. That's why we're going to go from 92 to 88. It's all relative. 88 is still plenty warm for many people. And then the process begins of warming up as another ridge of high pressure builds up, and the summer heat will be arriving big time next week as we go from 91 to 95 to 98 to 97. Going to be one of those kind of periods when you turn on the air conditioning and you don't turn it off. It's typical summer weather. And again, keeping a very close eye on the windy conditions that are expected late tonight. I mean, really overnight tonight, for most of the day on Thursday, into Friday a little bit before it dies down and we are in for a good weekend. Everybody have a good and safe Wednesday. We'll see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.